Now, I won't deny it, working with time zones in Bubble or indeed any web application can very quickly become a complete nightmare. But time zones can be important. For example, you could be creating an app which needs to send a user a text message at a certain time in their day, and you don't want to be sending your users text messages while they're asleep. And maybe for the purpose of your app, you want the text message to arrive in the morning. So to do that, you will need to take in the user's time zone. And you could do that by creating a drop-down, but you could also rely on a plugin. And there are several available. The one that I've used most recently is this one, and it's free. And so I have to place the plugin element on my page. It doesn't matter where I place it. And so let's see what this does first of all. So I'm going to create a text box, and this is just so that I can preview, as I'm building my app, the data that is coming from this element on my page. So because I'm not sure which bit I need. I know what it looks like, but which bit of the data from this plugin do I need to save to my user in order, and this will be a completely different tutorial, in order to be able to schedule with an external service like a service that sends SMS messages at a specific time zone. I need to be able to capture the right bit of data and save it to my current user, or at least save it when they sign up through my app. So of the bits of data that this plugin has provided, I get Europe/London. That's the bit I need, because that is a common format used across different websites for communicating a user's time zone. I've also got, and this can be quite useful in Bubble, I've got the UTC offset telling me that London is currently 60 minutes off from UTC. So in order to save this when my user registers, I go into my registration workflow. I've got other fields set up here already, and then I'd create a new one, call it time zone, text, and I then take from here, and it was time zone ID, and I'll just double check that to really show what I'm thinking and my thought process. So here's the plugin, browser's time zone ID, and that's the bit of information I know because I previewed it. So now when the user clicks next, it's going to save that information from the browser as a piece of text saying Europe/London, which will allow me to, in future workflows in my app, refer to this piece of information about the user. A little word of warning is that this isn't 100%. It relies on the web browser communicating accurately the time zone of the user, and there can be any number of reasons why that might be a little bit off. I mean, you can get plugins on a web browser that sends a time zone that isn't real, isn't the reality for the user across. You might also have privacy plugins that don't communicate the time zone because someone's time zone is linked essentially to their location. So they might have a setup on their computer or their phone which doesn't communicate the time zone accurately. So there is still potentially a need to have a drop down for a user. But if you just need to be able to grab it quickly and not bother your user with a drop down, you can use a plugin as I've demonstrated to capture the user's time zone and save it into your app.